WIIFTVPN. 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 WIIFTVPN.
What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people, for the black people, for the black people, for the black people. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people, 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 for the black people. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. For the black people. 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 For the black people, for the black people.
Your voice will be heard.
Your vote is precious, almost sacred. It is the most powerful non-violent tool we have to create a more perfect union.
Change will happen.
And so all men of goodwill will go to the polls on November the 3rd. And I hope we will have a great day in our nation so that when we wake up on the 4th of November, we will know that America has made the right decision.
Mark your calendars for What's in It for the Black People Media special election night coverage. This is the nation's only culturally specific digital platform that respects the black community's diverse viewpoints. We're here for you. The only place to stay on top of 2020 election night coverage is on the Maze Jackson page on Facebook and Maze Jackson on YouTube. It all starts Tuesday night at 7.
You know who to vote for. I'm just asking you to vote.
What's up, good people? If you didn't tune in to the last I Said What I Said, here's what you missed.
Special thanks to Love McPherson. And when you talk about object sex, you in objectifying that woman, you glorify pieces of her. And let me tell you something. If you think that doesn't matter, it does. And I'm going to tell you why it matters. I looked at a video and I was looking at these young boys, these teenagers, and they were like, do you like black women or white women? I like white women. I like white women. And first I felt some kind of way. Then you know what happened to me? I started listening to them and they said, why did you like the white women? Because they'll do anything for you. Yeah, the white hoes.
Bitch, you is a hoe. Bitch, you is a hoe.
And I thought pornography has elevated what the white woman will do for you, the objectifying of her. And this is why we don't realize, even in our spaces, the black man is shut down because he doesn't know the power of his seed like the white man knows the power of his seed.
Oh, look. Just like milk.
He doesn't realize that you sit up there coming into my neighborhood, objectifying my white women because you say they do it better than your women is a problem. They don't do it to them, but they won't bring that out, and they will not allow you to do that to their women.
I said what I said. Herb and 2, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Are you ready for some authentic, delicious street tacos on the south side of Chicago? Stop by for the launch of Sissy's Taco Bar pop-up at 312 East 75th Street on Thursdays and Fridays, starting November 5th from 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Experience their jerk chicken, sriracha shrimp, and blackened salmon tacos. And don't forget to ask about their Rome walking taco, Sissy street corn, and children's meal that comes with a special price. Visit sissytacobar.com for more information.
Trigger with instructor Mike on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Why? 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 Because someone told a great guy no.
No! God, please, no! No!
And he told that no, and he said, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and turn that no into next opportunity. That's the latest book I just released, What I Tell Myself About No, because children who do not understand the power of rejection and the propulsion that occurs inside it becomes adults who can't take rejection, and your next opportunity could be right around the corner if you just understand how to use that no. And that's why we exist at What's in It for the Black People Media Network, because someone took a no and said, I'm going to create next opportunity. You're not silencing the voice, because that's what's in it for the black people is the truth. Not always that you want to hear. It's the shit that needs to be said, because our ancestors fought and died to give us the right of access. And who the fuck are you to tell me no? Only on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
Hard work. We're on the go.
A new political party in Illinois? Could it be happening? Tune in on Tuesday for in-depth election coverage. I will be covering the Willie Wilson Party. Tune in to What's in It for the Black People for the blackest, most in-depth election coverage that you gon' find. Coverage starts at 7 p.m.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
What's up, good people? You're listening to I Said What I Said with Tucson Warner and Herb Howard.
You'll never breed a warrior.
Warriors, come out to play.
Shh. You hear that?
And that's what's happening at every angle. They're creating paradigms where we can only raise feminine men.
Yes.
Whether they're homosexual or not, they feminine as shit.
Sure, because all masculinity is toxic.
All masculinity is
right.
toxic in a war-torn society where the dominant society is saying to your ass, we don't never want no warriors.
Right.
You bastards.
Any book you've ever read, you can read the Bible, goddammit. When they go and they destroy some shit, they kill all the boy babies.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even want you growing up to think you're gonna do some shit to me.
Animals do the same thing. if I come over here and I take over this village now or whatever, like this gonna be my pride. First thing I'm doing, killing the male boys, like killing the male babies.
Don't you even grow up with no attitude,
Don't you
little
even think about it.
Yeah,
okay?
bitch.
Yeah. Right. You ain't my daddy. You damn right I ain't your daddy. Fuck your fort, little nigga.
Fuck your fort.
Not my dad.
That's fucked up. Oh man, I hate that I laugh at this shit in public.
That's real.
I hate that I laugh at this stuff in public.
That's real though, right? Tucson Warner and Herb Howard live on What's in It for the Black People Media, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
You better be careful, baby, be careful. This is a baby making song. Better be careful what your radio on. This is a baby making song. Better be careful what your radio on. You let down your hair when you're feeling sexy. You bite on your lip when you're holding your tongue. You uncross your legs, yeah, without even speaking. Your body is screaming. You wanna make love. I can hear your body language. You ain't said a word, but I know what you feel. 'Cause I can hear your body language. Say, come on, it's on. The message is clear. Let me pause, babe. You look so good. To gather my thoughts, make sure I'm hearing you right. Baby, slow my baby. If I am mistaken, 'cause love will be making. I can see it in your eyes. Oh, I'm watching every move you make. Yeah, don't go too fast and don't be late. Oh no, take all the time you need to take. That's what it's saying. That's what you're saying, baby. You know me when you're ready to go. I'll be ready. Once for yes and twice for no. Brush up against me nice and slow. Real slow. Nobody's saying it's about to explode. About to explode. And here, nobody language. Nobody language. But I know what you feel. I know what you feel. 'Cause I can hear all of your body language. I can hear your body. Come on, the message is clear. You better be careful. Oh, yeah.
Maze Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. Be done had a heart
You gotta
attack.
get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah?
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work. Right.
You're cool.
I'm out. How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
WIFTV.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse.
Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lisa E.
Good morning.
Good morning, Esco.
Wait, is that Maze or Don? Okay, it's Don. Okay. Good morning, Pink Lady. Is that Sandy?
No, what this is the winner, the undisputed heavyweight champion of. Listen, he can have the other 4 days, even though he didn't. Wait, let me start here. The Black Panthers was dope. I thought that was crazy dope.
I
was with that. Look, y'all killed that. CILT. But you can't none of y'all outdo that video.
Why you wait till after?
Girl, wait a minute. I was so sick that because Maze was actually the host that day. Y'all were gonna be the Pink Ladies. Maze was gonna be the host of the show that day. The whole show. I was gonna rock him the whole show. It took me about 45 minutes to make that wig. What? Not make it, cut it and spray it.
You were like, this is the beginning. I was like, what is she?
But I kept it, so he might just, I might interview him. I might be two people one day because he,
Hey, we could do that.
I'm gonna be here. He gonna be here. What the heck?
I agree.
And here's the thing, y'all was so scared. They were so scared we was gonna win. You see, they shut us down.
And even our pictures.
You see, they shut us down.
Right.
We couldn't even go live. They shut us down because they were so scared.
Right.
Man, ain't nothing like being a champion, and
you
know,
people
people
want to come in. You're like, I'm not going there.
But we still, our
video
pictures
it.
we still killed it. And I was so excited. I was doing it as a joke because I was in my Rizzo mode.
No,
and I was
you
like,
went full character.
I was full character. So I was like, you know what? And I just selfie videoed myself, which I've never done. And I was like, let me bust out in Rizzo. And I got like 1,100 views already. I was like, wow.
Look, you're welcome.
I give you credit.
Look,
Right.
Ed, you're going to be big time.
She's the
one day. Just stick
MVP,
with
right.
us.
Right.
The real MVP. Listen, the MVP on the Woofdaba.
Yes.
That's my name.
Yes.
Listen, happy birthday. It's a lot of birthdays because I have to do the weekend joints because I'm tired of them blowing me up. Like, you didn't say my name. I'm like, oh, how precious is that? Happy birthday to Nelly. He had a birthday over the weekend. Keep it up. Happy birthday, Adrian Jameson. That's Sonia's sister. My auntie Hazel is my cousin Jeremiah's mama. Valerie Lewis, Maiti Senstack Rice, Oriana Q over at the Chicago Fire Brigade. My cousin Tamara, her daughter Ayana, Chiquita White from Kiwi's Boutique, Jalen Ector, and rest in peace, Rance Allen, gospel legend, and Sean Connery. Yeah,
he passed.
He did over the weekend. Yeah, it's kind of. But, however, and Rance Allen is just, that song, baby. When y'all want to go to church on a Monday morning? Something about that name, Jesus. It is the sweet, baby. Can we play that coming out the break? That song take you to church in 20 seconds or less, okay? Rest in peace. National Deviled Egg Day. Yummy. Best deviled eggs in the city are at, they used to be at Sable. Then they were at Ocean Prime, but after Friday, there is no indoor dining, so you won't be able to try them until we can go back
indoor
inside.
dining already started.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You won't be able to try them.
That's why my battery died yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, I had to call AAA. I was like, let's just, pop a squad in the trunk. But I left the radio on. I don't know what happened, but
listen, AAA is fire. Especially when you get the $5 join for $5 thing. That is, and you can have a battery for a friend. I love AAA. National Alzheimer's Month. Alzheimer's. I don't even know the proper way to say that because everybody says it with a T, and they're probably right. Diabetes Month. Family Caregivers Month. No Shave Month. That's perfect for a pandemic. I mean,
it depends on what you're shaving, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole nother
single ladies in the
conversation.
winter, you know,
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about, I guess I was thinking like armpit, like that.
Oh, I
that's,
have
yeah.
to do that.
You have,
Yeah.
that's a have to. I don't care, right?
I don't get a lot of hair.
Yeah, I
on
don't
my
need,
face.
I'm lucky too, yeah.
It's also National Adoption Month, and we're going to talk to Deb Farmer and talk about her journey to Joshua on Wednesday. She adopted. It's National Lung Cancer Month. I say that because my brother died from lung cancer, and the Millhouse Charities partners with an organization called Culinary Care, and that's when we did that big cook-off. She lost her dad to lung cancer, which is why she started her organization. So, yeah. High temperature, 51. Hey.
Wow, heat wave.
Heat wave. But guess what? The low is 37, and it's going to get dark at 4:45. Well, the sun sets at 4:45. I'm not good. I like the daylight.
I get here it's dark, I leave it dark.
Isn't that crazy? That is so crazy.
Nobody wanted to turn the clocks back. I mean, even though usually we love it to turn it back because you get that extra hour of sleep, everybody's like, I don't want another hour in 2020.
Yes,
Everybody's posting.
I slept good, though. I slept good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slept
I
good.
woke up super
Real talk.
early, yeah.
Real talk. Listen, we're going to take a quick break because we are going to jump on the line with Kim Neely Dubuque and chit-chat with her about what she does for the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District as a commissioner. And I also want to tell y'all she's got a very talented daughter that we're going to have on the book. Lexi sang and baby can sing. And gorgeous, too. So stay with us. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We're back. Yes, they will not shut us down. The revolution is going to be televised. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
WIFTBPM.
What's up, good people? If you didn't tune in to the last I Said What I Said, here's what you missed. Special thanks to Love McPherson.
And when you talk about object sex, you in objectifying that woman, you glorify pieces of her. And let me tell you something. If you think that doesn't matter, it does. And I'm going to tell you why it matters. I looked at a video and I was looking at these young boys, these teenagers, and they were like, do you like black women or white women? I like white women. I like white women. And first I felt some kind of way. Then you know what happened to me? I started listening to them and they said, why did you like the white women? Because they'll do anything for you. Yeah, the white hoes.
Bitch, you is a hoe. Bitch, you is a hoe.
And I thought pornography has elevated what the white woman will do for you, the objectifying of her. And this is why we don't realize, even in our spaces, the black man is shut down because he doesn't know the power of his seed like the white man knows the power of his seed.
Oh, look. Just like milk.
He doesn't realize that you sit up there coming into my neighborhood, objectifying my white women because you say they do it better than your women is a problem. They don't do it to them, but they won't bring that out, and they will not allow you to do that to their women.
I said what I said. Herb and 2, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Mark your calendar for What's in It for the Black People Media Election Night Special on Tuesday, November 3rd.
Two old white men. Fighting it out.
A new political party in Illinois? Could it be happening?
We'll be starting at 7 p.m. and we'll be going till midnight. So I'll try not to fall asleep.
What are you going to be doing on Tuesday, November 3rd? Tune in to What's in It for the Black People for the blackest, most in-depth election coverage that you gonna find.
Oh, you proved me wrong. This ain't a regular love, babe. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet, yeah. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please you. Until I met you, and I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I'll go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. No, 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 no. It's that look you in your eyes, make love in paradise. I want lifestyle. It's that sweep you off your feet, give you everything you need. That's what I'm feeling. It's that don't pick up the phone, cause we wanna be alone. And I never thought I'd feel this way, then you came along and proved me wrong. Oh, no, no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real, or is it just a phase I go through. But I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to the Book of Dawn right here from What's in It for the Black People Media Studios on a almost 50-degree Monday. Yay. Happy November.
Yeah.
It's November. We are joined today by a dear friend of mine and a commissioner for the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. Kim Neely Dubuque is a Chicagoan, native resident from the South Side.
South Side.
Kim, can you hear us?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
I can. You look gorgeous.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim, you've done this before. You probably the most savvy tech video interview I've had yet.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're looking good over there. Kim started her journey right at the lab school in Hyde Park. How about that part? Went to U of I. Shouts out to Wilbur and Mays, ILL.
I.
And landed right back at University of Chicago in Hyde Park to get her postgraduate degree. Kim currently serves as the chairman of the Federal Legislation and Stormwater Committee. She also serves as the vice chairman of the Labor and Industrial Relations at the Water Reclamation District. Kim, I would like to start by saying welcome to the Book of Dawn. We are so grateful that you joined us this morning. And we also feel like it's important for you first to share with those who may not know. Let me just be completely transparent. I had no clue what your body of commissioners did until I married Wilbur because of the work that he does with you. So for those who are not familiar with what the Water Reclamation District is and or does, can you share that with us?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Dawn. You look amazing as always as well. And to your earlier point, most people in Cook County have no idea what the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District does, so you were not alone. So let me first start by saying that Cook County is the second largest county in the United States, and the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District serves the entire county. And what we do three main things. One, we help mitigate flooding. So if you have a house that floods, or like I grew up in a home that flooded, we built these huge tunnels and reservoirs to collect excess rainwater so that rainwater and stormwater goes into those tunnels and not into your basement. The second thing we do is that we process wastewater. So anything that goes down your drain, anything that goes down your toilet, anything that goes down the sewer, anything, the wastewater that leaves your washing machine, your dishwasher, we take all the water that leaves your house, we process it, and we make sure that it doesn't make its way back into our fresh water supply, which happens to be Lake Michigan. So we are protectors of the environment, we process wastewater, and we protect your homes by building reservoirs for stormwater. Those are our three major goals.
That's a lot of work. I just gonna go off subject a little bit because you said something really important about what you put in the process of putting in, and there's so many products advertised like that they're flushable. I know you feel differently. Can you tell people?
Yes, what a great way to start. Yes, what a great way to start. So there are lots of products on the market, and we'll start with flushable wipes. that say you can use them, when you go to the bathroom and flush them down the toilet, and that just wreaks havoc on our system. So the only thing that should be flushed down the toilet is anything that comes out of your body and toilet tissue, period. Otherwise, all those other inorganic materials get into our system, clog up our wastewater systems, and then it makes it more difficult for us to process it and clean it. So that is a very good point. Another thing that's been happening lately, particularly since the pandemic, is we have all this excess PPE. So people have these disposable masks and have these disposable gloves. And I've seen in parking lots, on the sidewalk, people just toss them on the ground, toss them out next to their car. And then that ends up in the sewers because the water washes it in the sewers. And then again, it ends up back at our processing plants. And we can't process plastics or paper masks. And the final point I'll say about that is PPE and plastic gloves, the mask, you can't even recycle those because of the biohazard. So those need to just be disposed in a regular trash can.
Gotcha. That's a good point, because I have also seen lots of masks just kind of laying everywhere, and gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Kim, tell me what you specifically do in that big body of work that you described that the Reclamation District does. Tell me what your position is.
Okay, so there are 9 commissioners, and we have a president who happens to be Carrie Steele, who's the first elected Black president of the board. And we actually set policy for the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District Board, which is a $1.2, $1.3 billion agency. That processes the wastewater and manages the stormwater systems. And as I said earlier, we service the entire Cook County area, well, not the entire Cook County area, but 99% of Cook County, which again is the second largest county in the United States. So the 9 elected board members are elected countywide, which means we have no districts. So we cover the entire county, and we set policy for the district, and we ensure that the district runs as efficiently as possible.
That's a big job. Again, now I did know this, but I think it bears saying how large the geographic space is that you serve.
883 square miles.
That's huge.
Which is really big, and over 5 million residents, or close to 5 million residents. And if I could back up just a little bit, something else you asked me a bit ago about things that shouldn't get flushed down the toilets. I need to add prescription medicines to that list. As a kid growing up on the South Side, my parents and we were told to flush our prescription medicines down the toilet to get rid of them. As we have learned with technology and new knowledge, when we flush those medicines down the toilet, we cannot clean those prescription, whether it's antibiotics or whatever's in the prescription, out of the water. And so as a result, those prescription meds could end up back into Lake Michigan or our fresh drinking water supply. So we have programs all over the county to collect prescription medicines so that people don't flush them down the toilet. They need to be disposed of properly. So that's a huge one as well.
I literally had no idea.
And I'm curious, Kim, because I know we've talked before, but why don't they put something like that on the news? I mean, this is like major. Why can't we put it in one of the press conferences, or, tie it in somehow with the broadcast? I mean, other than like us, I'm talking about like.
So we do that, but we could clearly do more. We also have partnerships with some major pharmacies like Walgreens that allow you to take them back to the Walgreens pharmacy, and then you can take them back to certain police stations and Illinois State Police locations, because ironically, because it's a controlled substance, there's supposed to be an armed guard on hand when you're returning the substance, or in the case of a pharmacy, a licensed pharmacist.
That's pretty good. That's good stuff.
It really is.
And Kim, prior to joining the board at Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, you were working with the Chicago Park District.
Yes.
As a legislative and community affairs director. Can you tell me what from that experience allows your position now to affect the community, the underserved community?
Yes. So, as the Legislative and Community Affairs Director, I was able to, I use the word service, but work with aldermen in all 50 wards to help them develop parks in their wards, to help them create more green space in their wards, and create programming. And so it was part of my responsibility to work with these elected officials to ensure that their programming, their parks, all their services um, were were um, were were what's the word I'm looking for? That they were. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. They were
That's
servicing
okay.
their communities. I'm sorry, they were servicing their communities the way they should be. And so one of the other things I did in addition to that was help with park cleanups. So I used to get a lot of complaints that parks were full of trash or beaches were full of trash. We would help organize businesses and community organizations to do park cleanups and beach cleanups. So working with the community, working with elected officials, understanding the needs of the community, understanding programming, understanding green space and how it impacts all of us and how important it is for all of us. All of those things I think help to make me a better commissioner at the Water Rec, because we don't understand, living in a city full of high rises and lots of concrete, just how important it is to be in the outdoors with green space around us. And we also have plenty of parks that um, needed more programming. They needed to serve the community better, and an alderman would work with me to help push programming to make sure that the youth in those neighborhoods and the youth in those underserved neighborhoods, Black and brown neighborhoods, got the resources and the programming that they needed. Working along with my other colleagues at the Park District.
Kim,
Sorry,
what
I have to go.
programs for youth do you sponsor? Do you do shadow days to give some awareness to youth to see and touch and feel? Because your agency, our charity is a STEM-based nonprofit, and a lot of the work that you do obviously is STEM-based. Do you have programs for children at the Water Reclamation District?
So in the past, we've had internships. Of course, those were put on. We actually had one or two programs this summer, but they were sort of put on hold this year because of the pandemic. But we also offer tours. We have partnerships with some of the labor unions to get youth interested in labor careers. We're trying to put more partnerships in place to get more children of Black and brown and underserved communities interested in STEM careers. So those are things that we're doing because we think that the STEM community is underrepresented as it relates to Black and brown and underserved communities.
That
So I
being said,
appreciate what you
Kim,
do.
tomorrow is election day.
Yeah.
You are up for reelection. And can you just share with us your platform for now? I'm gonna speak it in existence. You got this. But what are you going? What will you add to your platform going forward that you have not already had the opportunity to accomplish?
Well, one of the things that I think is really important, and you touched on it when we first started, was to really let the public know what we do. I don't think the district in the past has done a very good job of engaging the public and letting them know about things like our internship programs, our STEM programs, our drug take-back programs, what should get flushed down the toilet, what shouldn't get flushed down the toilet. And I believe we as commissioners need to be ambassadors for the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District to get people involved. The second thing is I believe that we are an environmental agency. And I think that people, particularly in Black and brown and underserved neighborhoods, don't really understand climate change, the importance of it, or what we can do as individuals to help affect climate change. And if they see somebody like me, a person of color, a female, who grew up in a home that flooded nearly every time it rained, and I can talk to them about climate change and how important it is and how it can affect their children, their grandchildren, the future of the country, the future of the planet, they may be more receptive to listening to me about it and the things they can do because it affects all of us, and we all need to take a stand in doing it. And then the last thing is there's something called green infrastructure. And green infrastructure is, I'm going to take an alley for instance. If I'm an alderman and I want to put a green infrastructure alley in my ward, instead of having concrete or pavement where the water just bounces off of it and goes down the drain, it has small grooves in it so that the water permeates slowly into the soil, into the underground. And so it acts more like natural a natural forest or a natural environment versus pavement. And so when the water seeps slowly into the ground, our systems can accommodate it better and it doesn't get overwhelmed. And it's much better for the environment and much better for all of us. So I'd like to promote more green infrastructure projects as well.
That's interesting, and just for those who haven't voted, definitely, first of all, make sure you vote. I have already voted. Your ballot number is 51, correct?
51.
Yeah. So y'all heard that right? 51.
151.
First of all, vote, and second of all, when you get there, vote for this Kim. That was my hashtag.
Right.
My Kim.
Right.
This is my
Hashtag my Kim.
Exactly.
Kim, tell us about the balance of motherhood and a commissioner, being a wife, a mother, and a commissioner. Tell us about the balance from a mommy with children in college perspective.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's been even more challenging over this past 8 months because my daughter should be away in college in Boston, but she's at home studying remotely her senior year, and she's not happy about that. And so when the college senior's not happy, the whole house is kind of under stress. Um, but I would also say that campaigning is very difficult with the family. Thank goodness my daughter was in college for most of the time I was campaigning. But when you're out on the campaign trail, you are literally going day to day, stop to stop, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, from 11 in the morning, sometimes to 11 at night. And it can be really, really challenging and stressful in your family. So you truly need family support. You need family buy-in. Luckily, my daughter loves to be with me when I'm campaigning. So when she can, she comes along with me, whether it's a parade or whether it's a rally. She's right there by my side. My son lives in LA, so he only comes in, for big important events like, election day or swearing in day. So, and my husband has been also very supportive. So I'm very lucky in that regard.
Yeah, Kim, you talked about your daughter. Tell me about. I know her and I know her voice, but tell me what's on the horizon. Your daughter's name is Lexi, and she's a
Yeah.
phenomenal artist and singer. Share with me this. I wasn't a soccer mom, but I was a track mom and a dance mom, and so being that kind of mom adds another level of commitment and responsibility to what you already are doing. How has that worked with you and Lexi?
Oh, well, Lexi and her singing career are very much a priority in our family. And let me just give a shout out to her. I know she's not listening, but I'll tell her about it. She has been so great getting people of her age out to vote. She's actually driving people to voter registration, making sure they have everything they need, taking them to vote, really trying to get her and her generation involved in this election because she knows just how important this election is. And she knows, sadly, just how pitiful her generation has been in terms of being involved with politics. So I really have to give her a shout out for that. Um, in terms of her career, she is a senior at the Berklee College of Music. She should be graduating in May. And she's looking at different opportunities post graduation. There are some record companies that have expressed some interest in her and her talents. So just, keep an eye out, keep an ear out. I'd love to have her on. She released an EP a few months ago. She just released another single for her birthday on October 15th. So I'm very proud of her.
Good.
I'm very happy.
We'll definitely have her on. Kim, tomorrow, like we said earlier, tomorrow is election day. Two important things you just shared are we need our young people to vote. We need them to understand the power in representation and that their voice does matter. Even though we're in a very difficult space and time, we have to make certain that we encourage that generation. But were you aware that What's in it for the Black People Media are having an election night special tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So they're going to do election coverage live at 7 o'clock. So I don't know if you were aware.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, so seven live, same outlets, Facebook Live, Maze Jackson page, Maze Jackson on YouTube. So make sure that you tune in, and you can tell Lexi that all the shows, she can replay them, so she can watch them later on, and she can tell her friends to watch, so that when she's on, they'll all know where to find us. I
I
do
will
have
do
to
that.
ask you some questions. You're a lifelong Chicagoan, so you get this quiz. We're gonna see if you're Chicago or Chicago. I don't even know how to say it wrong.
Can I say an advanced deep dish pizza and no ketchup on hot dogs?
Wait, she's heard the show.
She's
before.
heard the show. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you the other ones. She said no deep dish and
No, I said no. I love deep dish. No
Okay,
thin
deep-
crust.
okay, no thin crust.
And
Okay,
she likes the Chicago dog, so no
Okay.
ketchup. Okay.
sugar or salt and pepper on your grits.
Salt and pepper and butter. Sorry.
Sneakers or gym shoes? Do you call them?
Gym shoes.
Okay. Soda or pop?
Pop? What's soda?
Kim, you're killing me right now. Harold's
Pop.
Chicken or Uncle Remus?
I'm a South Sider, Harold's.
Okay. Lem's Dry Rub or Leon Style Barbecue?
Leon's.
Good job. Freeway or expressway?
Highway.
Highway. Okay, you just threw a little monkey wrench in there.
Highway. Right.
Yeah, she is a commissioner, right? Do you say auntie or auntie?
Auntie.
Okay. These are new. My children, I spent the weekend in Alabama, Roll Tide. These are new. Jules, or Jewel Osco?
Oh, Jules with an S.
Yeah, Jules. I cannot believe you say that. Aldi or Aldi's?
Aldi's.
You are South Side for real, girl. Dibs or Cobb's?
Dibs, cows, both. I just want some.
Washroom or restroom?
Washroom.
And movies or the show?
We're going to the movies. Okay. We're going to the show.
Okay, the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
What, or bathroom too. Bathroom.
Yeah, we don't say Where
Washroom.
are you going, to the restroom or the washroom?
No, we don't know what the restroom is.
Restroom is rest. We don't rest.
Restroom
right?
is where we go to rest. Restroom is where we go to rest.
Yeah, my kids made me add that on Saturday. You're like, so they keep texting me like,
Whichever room. Well, see, and for Kim, whatever room you go to, don't flush stuff down the toilet in the restroom, bathroom, or washroom, or the outhouse.
Yes.
And can I just say, in Chicagoan that orders thin crust, slimy, greasy pizza, they're not really a Chicagoan. You got to have a deep dish pizza.
No, hand toss.
Hand toss? Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want nobody using their hands to toss my pizzas now, though, during COVID, because then what if you have sanitizer on it?
I got scared.
Hand sanitizer toss pizza.
Lisa, one day, straight to the moon.
Listen, Kim, thanks so much for blessing us with your presence this morning. I want to remind you all, if you have not voted yet.
Can I just give a shout out to my president, Carrie Steele?
You better.
Carrie Steele is doing an outstanding job as president. Yes. And so I just want to give a shout out to her. She's been very good, very helpful to me.
That's my president.
Yeah, that is absolutely. Yeah, Carrie for the real president.
Yeah. See, now I can use president and Carrie in the same sense. Other people with orange hair, I can't put them in the same sense.
Not going to be able to do it.
Not at all.
No.
Kim Neely Dubuclet, number 51 on your ballot. Make certain that you vote. Make your voice heard and fight for representation of women of color in the position of commissioner. It matters. It matters. I don't think people really understand how underserved, even in water and clean water, people of color and communities of color are the disparity.
Environmental racism is real.
Can I say one more thing, Don? Sure. Can I say one more thing? I know you're wrapping up. And that is with this administration he keeps rolling back protections that have been in place for decades through the Democratic administrations and through Republican administrations. So we need agencies like ours, the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, to ensure that our environment stays clean and healthy and that the protections that are rolled back at the federal level, we can put in place here at the local level. And that's it.
That's good to know, though. It's never an interruption when it's information that people need to hear. Remember that, I don't know, Kim, are you stopping by here tomorrow for election night, or are you going to be on the campaign trail? Or are you going to call in or something?
I can certainly call it. I'm going to be out and about, running around, trying to get the vote out and make sure, everybody's doing what they should be doing.
Good stuff. Kim Neely Dubuclet, Punch 51 on your ballot. Tell your friends, share it, follow her page. She sends out a great newsletter, just so you know. I don't know. How do we subscribe to that, Kim, the newsletter that I get?
That is a good question. It comes from my work email. So if you send an email to my work email, which is Kim Dubaclay K at mwrd.org, we will send you a copy of the newsletter. Dubaclay K at mwrd.org.
Perfect. Thank you, Kim. We appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. You are tuned into the Book of Dawn. We're going to go pay a few bills. Stay with us. We're going to talk about sex with Gina when we come back. Stay with us.
Tell Gina hello.
WIFTBPN.
Your voice will be heard.
Your vote is precious, almost sacred. It is the most powerful non-violent tool we have to create a more perfect union.
Change will happen.
And so all men of goodwill will go to the polls on November the 3rd. And I hope we will have a great day in our nation so that when we wake up on the 4th of November, we will know that America has made the right decision.
Mark your calendars for What's in It for the Black People Media special election night coverage. This is the nation's only culturally specific digital platform that respects the Black community's diverse viewpoints. We're here for you. The only place to stay on top of 2020 election night coverage is on the Maze Jackson page on Facebook and Maze Jackson on YouTube. It all starts Tuesday night at 7.
You know who to vote for. I'm just asking you to vote.
Whatever happened to you falling in that grocery store?
Your guess is as good as mine. My auntie said she knew someone. I gave her all the information, but that was 3 weeks ago and I still haven't heard anything.
You still got time to talk to the lawyers at the CLN.
The CLN? What's that?
It's the Chicago Legal Network, a group of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of law, especially the laws most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. Plus, all the lawyers at the CLN all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community.
Sounds like I definitely need to contact them.
Say less. I can text you everything you need to know. So if you're ever injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information. Or call 773-912-3545. That's 773-912-3545. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing Black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation.
WIFTBPN.
Loving you has always been easy because it's true. Yeah. I wouldn't have believed if someone would have told me you would come along to reveal my soul. 'Cause I was done with love, my heart had grown cold. Exactly what I needed. You walked in my life and placed the joy where was needed. Not a mirage, what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Oh yeah. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love says. Passion and care we show one another, tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you. Put that on God, I got love for you. Yeah, said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. It's easy Loving you, yeah, it's what I search my life to do. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
WIFTBPM. WIFTBPM. WIFTBPM.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. Who is that? Who that, Harpo? Whose song was that? That was.
I'm just saying the vibe.
That was. You know,
Gina.
Hey, that was good. That was good-ish. You are tuned into the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. Remember, mañana, on tomorrow, Apostolic Voice on tomorrow, live election coverage. Speaking of election coverage, I just got a text from the homie in Atlanta. She said that they are in preparation in the event that there's a lot of looting and rioting. They are already boarding stores up right now, literally in the daytime. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
To get your gas early, get your groceries early.
Yeah. Sit your arse down. ARSE.
Yep.
Yeah, that part. Let's talk about sex with Gina.
I am having the worst problem with my head. Never thought about my headphones, so now I feel like a rapper who holds the.
I got one headband today.
Yeah, you can't put it over your head, so I'm like,
no cute hair, no.
Yeah, or you can put it around the back of your neck too. Yeah.
Yeah. That you look
good.
good.
I didn't think about that.
No
worries. We'll fix that at the next break because now I'm like, wait a minute, this hat may come off.
You
how
look
are
good.
you, ladies?
I'm well. How are you?
I am well. I'm excited about election day tomorrow. I'm excited to vote. Kim Do is going back in. We know it. I don't know why she playing. We know this.
Kim
Dubuclet, right? So yeah, I'm excited to be here. Although you brought up a little sensitive topic for some people.
The
HPV.
Yeah, we talked on Saturday. Lisa and Gina and I talked, and I said, let's talk about HPV. And I tell you why that came about.
Yes.
So confusing.
Because some years ago, probably 6 or 7, when that became a thing. Like, well, it's always been a thing, but it became a thing for them to add into the vaccination routine of children.
That's about 10 years ago.
It probably
that guard is still one less.
Yeah, got
one less.
Yeah, it probably. You're right.
Yep.
Because Jay, my youngest daughter was probably 11, so it was about and so it became a part. I'm for vaccination. There are some people that aren't. I am definitely for vaccination, but her pediatrician, who I completely trust, was like, I feel like you should get the HPV vaccine for her. I'm like, she's friggin' 10. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she explained to me, you know, the whys. I said, okay, well, let me research it a little bit. About 2 years later, you know, she kept, because I declined initially.
Okay.
2 years later, she kept, you know, like, she didn't keep, but she mentioned it again.
We have to. Every time you come in, we see it's not on file, we have to offer it again.
Yeah. And
legally.
So I said, finally, by the time she's about 13, I said, you know, okay, let me try it. Jay, backstory is that she's allergic to penicillin. I only found that out. She didn't go to school at all or nursery or anything. I was at home the first 3 years. Mm-hmm. So when she went to nursery 2 days a week, she obviously caught a cold because she was around the germy children. And we found out at that point she got an ear infection. We found out she was allergic to penicillin. Mm. She had the same reaction to the HPV vaccine, the first one that she had to penicillin.
Yeah, because you have to take two. There are two.
Right.
It comes in two phases within 6 months.
When that first one, she had that whole thing, and I just shut it down after that because something in there.
Got you.
And then I thought about it a little further, and I think some people may not even know what it is. I think
the human papilloma virus.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people may not understand that men and women are susceptible to it.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to be sexually active. So I wanted to just talk about that a little bit.
But it's mostly spread through sexual contact, right?
Okay.
We can't even say that it's spread through childbearing yet, although we just assume it just the same with herpes. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those viruses, just like herpes, that there is no cure. You end up with genital warts, or you end up, it can lie dormant and you don't have any breakouts or you don't have any reactions. Definitely more so for men, it goes undetected because, I always like to say they don't have the WAP, right? Mm-hmm. They have the external, they don't have the warm moisture that's, facilitating the,
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of that makes the difference there. So that's where we know for sure that isn't the case, right? So we know that does not happen for men, and we don't see it as much, right?
Okay.
But you have the genital warts that comes from it. So there's so many strains of HPV. It's a virus, right? So there's so many different strains that happen with it that you just don't know which one you could come across. But the 16 and 18, and lots of them are cancer causing, right? So that's what that whole mom, dad, did you know that, you could have given me this vaccine and would have stopped me from contracting, cervical cancer or the cancer that comes from men, oral cancer from, oral sex with HPV, right? Coming in contact with it. So the vaccine in itself, I totally understand and can respect and honor you shutting it down if there's a reaction to it, right? But then we've come kind of far now that we kind of know what to do when you're having those types of reactions and stuff, just to move forward. So did you ever get that second one?
I didn't.
Gotcha.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
And now she's 21, so now it's, I can encourage her to do so, but she's really, that's her body now.
Yeah, because we used to, but what's funny is that we used to say only in teens, but now with advanced research, we do say up to 26 now. With first, it wasn't. Like, we didn't have it it was kind of like catching chicken pox when you're an adult, and it can wipe you out.
Yeah.
Because it's a kid's disease. That's the same thing, kind of with HPV. Although it's sexually spread through oral, anal, and vaginal intercourse, that's one of the main ways that it's spread, right? But with the vaccine, and we know that it can stop people from contracting it, it's just like most vaccines. With most of the science, what we know for most of it is that it really will do it. I'm so distracted by the new song that I love.
I do too. Maze did that.
I love it. I remember you complaining about it.
I
refused that shot from my daughter about 10 years ago because it was fairly new at the time. Yeah.
Same. So let me ask you this. If it has been, okay, so the research I saw said there's like 3 million cases a year, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know how many of those end up, it also says it can cure itself. But like you said, then in some cases lie dormant. If there's 3 million cases a year, and it can cause cancer. Why are we not focusing on this like we are some of the other stuff that's going on?
Well, we are, right?
Okay.
They're putting lots of those. First, the Gardasil did a great advertising. One less, right? Every time you hear one less, you knew it was the Gardasil thing. Now it's like, Mom, Dad, did you know? Because it's turning into cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so every time there's another cancer diagnosis on a young adult from HPV that we could have prevented, it's like, hey, did you know? Like, what happened? Why didn't you do this for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are looking at it that way. But again, it's kind of like herpes. It's really prevalent and easily spread. And so many times it does not show up. It doesn't manifest itself, especially in the boys, right? And that can be a problem because it doesn't present. And then, you end up with, the cancer and stuff, and they did not have to have. And so I think we do talk about it enough, but everybody, like, again, we said herpes, there are far more people with herpes, far more people with hepatitis C, far more people with HPV, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody likes to focus on HIV because it's the big, scary thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we don't have a cure for it, but we can definitely treat you. Same with HPV. There is no cure. It just lies dormant. Mm-hmm. So I don't want people confuse it and say, oh, no, I'm cured from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like it's in your nervous system. So it will go dormant and go silent, but it can, raise up again. Yes.
Right. Well, you're talking about younger people. So is there like a cutoff age? If people do get an HPV vaccine, is there a certain age that you don't typically go over to get it?
So right now we're going up to 26. It used to be we were asking at 11 and 12, right? So new research put us, I think put it up to like 26 that you can start, that, increase the age where you can get it. Definitely we don't have a vaccine for 50-year-olds.
So my question is why don't we have a medication for, not that I'm a proponent of taking a lot of pills other than the doggone sinus allergy stuff I have to take every day of my life. Yeah. Good night. Why don't we have, you can get X for this, metronidazole.
Right. Because that's just one of the things that, now we do have the cream, but that's just to treat the genital warts. It's one of the things we don't have a cure for.
Wow. So is it
we do not have a cure for it. And so until we find a cure for it, we have a vaccine to prevent it. And then we have ways to treat it.
Okay. So do a lot of older people get it, or is it just really like a 30 and under kind of thing?
Older people get it, but that's usually from sexual contact. So that's when you start getting genital warts. And for women, it usually presents on the outside. Men, it doesn't present as quickly. Mm-hmm. It's just like so many other things with men. Trichomoniasis doesn't present for them immediately. Yeah. Gonorrhea and chlamydia are the only two things that like immediately send them into the room with fire, right? Like, oh God, I'm burning, I'm peeing fire. So those are the ones that quickly give them some symptoms. But for the most part, they're not symptomatic. So they could just be passing it around. I see something one of your top fans put up here. They're always advertising drugs to attract children to drugs. And I get that, right? And unfortunately, we are a pill-oriented society. I say it all the time. You won't pay for my gym membership, but you'll pay millions of dollars for my cardiac rehab. Once I have a heart attack, then you send me to therapy, do all of that. But if I say, hey, pay for me a gym membership so that I don't ever have the heart attack, that does not happen. And we're not a preventive society. I'd like for us to be, but we really aren't. We're more so a reactive society, right? Mm-hmm. And so I get that part, but if we have found something that's going to stop it, right? I said we'll be talking about PrEP soon, the pre-exposure prophylaxis, the pill that stops you from contracting HIV. If we know we have that, then we're really going to push it. And we should. So that's one of the times I do agree that we should be pushing drugs when we know it's something that can prevent you, right? Even with HPV, we're pushing the vaccine more so with MSMs, men who have sex with men, to prevent the anal dysplasia, because we're seeing high cancers in anal dysplasia and things like that. So we really are pushing it, once we see that more currently, more docs are pushing it for MSMs to get the vaccine as well. So there are so many things that come with it that we don't talk about enough. Mm-hmm. Because there's so many other things, right?
Sure.
And because we don't have a cure, what we do have is a vaccine. And so that is why your medical providers will always be able to say, hey, we just have to make sure that we document it, that we talk to you about it again and again, and that there is an allergic reaction to it. So that's always good to know, because then we can see like what that was, right? Are there eggs in it? Is there penicillin in it? What are the types of things that are making people have allergic reactions?
It's so interesting. I'm not naive by any stretch of the imagination. But I think
agreed.
I think I think what blows me that I can't fully grasp is blows, right? I walked right into that one.
Into that one. I can't.
Is the age. I think that's where I was initially shook, right? For the
because you keep thinking of it with sex, but the same thing is the age with measles, mumps, and rubella. We got to give it to you early. Chickenpox.
But
we got to vaccinate you early because of your age, right? So no one says like, oh, it's just the age is so early for chickenpox, measles, and mumps. Because it's not sexually related.
Right. But I guess because, too, you said males with sex and males, like, how many parents are really thinking their child, you know what I mean? Like, that you...
well, we know that, right?
Right.
And so do the mamas. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You know, the whole joke is my mama knew, you know, remember Empire? It was like, I knew the day you were born, which was which, right? But what I will say is... that's the part that we're talking with teens. Once you've identified as a man who has sex with, you know, men who have sex with men, then we, on the healthcare provider side, that's why at the age of 12, you have a right to reproductive health without parental consent. From abortions.
I hope I didn't vote for this shit.
You got it. From birth control to abortions to now PrEP, which is the pre-exposure prophylaxis, right? Like you can now start taking an HIV drug and get treatment without parental consent. So that's a new bill in the state of Illinois.
That I'm grateful for my mother, right? Because my mother never made it intimidating for us to have those conversations. That's her.
The penis
that's
whisperer.
her.
I know. I wish I could whisper some stuff into my life. No,
I can't. Look, we never had that uncomfortable space in our home. She was very liberal in that she was a teen mom. And what I think she wanted to make certain is that we didn't repeat that. And so because of being a teen mom and having 6 kids by the time she was 29, I think it was important for her to let her...
She kind of know a little something.
Yeah.
And
so I wasn't until after high school. But if I had wanted to, she was the mom that you could say, hey,
so
So I guess it just kind of blows my mind.
So I hope my sisters are listening, because you have to know who my mother was. She's a patient advocate who would always at county hospital, baby, get you and anybody else into the abortion clinic, get you on the pill, get you whatever you wanted. Would not talk to us. Talk about a barrier.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about I was married and divorced. And she still wouldn't talk to me about it. My dad, when I was leaving for college, says, look, you're going to college now, and said some things to, you know, like, okay, this is what you need. And I'm cracking up laughing, thinking to myself, all you're going to do is go tell her. Like, it was just amazing how she would help everyone else and just had a barrier. But thank goodness my sister, I don't mean thank goodness if she really isn't one to. Oh, my God, Alvin Norton. You see what you started?
Herb started.
Herb, you say the penis whisperer, and now people are like, whisper to mine. And this is where,
you know what? Wait.
I'm so used to this.
Look, off story. So on the way, right before I left out, I was watching the news, and they talked about this group of people that were just indicted because they sold a fake genie thing. You know, what's the thing that the genie come out?
Yeah, the lamp.
Yeah, the lamp.
Lanterns.
And a fake genie for $41,000, and a doctor bought it.
Come on. Because the doctor had the money.
Look, but when you just said, I wish I could whisper, I saw the genie.
Yes, you saw the genie coming out. Yes, and your own magic, Major Nelson. Your own magic
rub here, right?
Y'all got dirty minds, but no. So so you said your mom.
So no, it's just amazing when you said that you were thankful for your mom, and we just laugh, you know. And like I said, not necessarily thankful, but my sister was a teen mom, and made sure that my other sister and I, it did not happen to us, right?
See, we still don't talk about sex with my mom now, and my brothers and my sister. We don't. But everybody will come and talk to my mom. Was always that go-to mom, helping everybody going through college. My cousins can say all kinds of stuff, but I hope my mom doesn't think, I'm not married, but
I didn't say
I'm not about it. I don't talk about it on the air.
Let's be clear. I'm not like, when Mr. Millhouse put it down, I'm not running to tell my mom. Let me tell you what happened last night, girl. It's like,
oh no, none of that. None of that. Yes, and that's what I have to remind my girlfriends who say, just like your mom, when you say things like, my mother was so open, we could talk to her anything. I say, girl, that is why you still have to have somebody else they can talk to. I don't care how cool you think you are. Mm-hmm. You're not coming home to tell your mom, hey, look. As a matter of fact, my father liked to bust me out because he said I used to come home and tell him everybody. Remember Sawyer? Anybody who tried to talk to me at Sawyer's, at the parties at Mendel's, let's see what Mendel's, Sawyer's, where else? I'm coming in. Some guy tried to talk to me, he had an earring, or some guy tried to talk to me. I could tell he smoked. He said, then all of a sudden I would come home and I'd just go get in the shower and then go to bed. He said, my baby is growing up. In other words, he knew.
Somebody had drank the water.
That things had changed, right? Yeah. But of course, he didn't tell that story until like the house full of people at Thanksgiving dinner. Right. You like,
yeah, the most inappropriate time to tell that story.
Always. But yeah, so
Gina, let me change directions a little bit because you're not going to be here again until next Monday. But let's talk about how voting tomorrow or early voting, how does that affect this whole, because I'm still troubled, and so is somebody else in the thread, that you can be 12, my child can be 12 and go get advice, and I am not a part of that. That troubles me. Does that come?
That is the law, and let me tell you that, and let me tell you where that comes from.
Okay,
that comes from the number of kids who ended up with babies because they were just terrified their mother or parents were going to kill them, right? And so they're kind of like, I really didn't want this kid, and I really didn't have a right to this, or parents made their children do one thing or another. So this law has been in effect for years. Mm-hmm. Planned Parenthood pushed like long time ago for us to have rights to our bodies early on, right? As soon as we started menstruating, so that, for the most part, that you could make those types of decisions when you could start making babies, right? So it's at the age of 12 for the state of Illinois. Mm-hmm. And it's a state law, by the way. It's not all federal. Okay. So every state does not have this, right?
Okay.
And one of the things that we're talking about with our new Supreme Court nominee, or not nominee, our new Supreme Court,
justice,
right? She's justice, right? Is that she is one of those people who might be like, I don't care if your father rapes you daily, you may not abort that child.
Yeah.
Those had been her past things,
statements,
right? Those are her past statements. And so those are the types of things that put us so far back from what RBG took, where she took us, and when she was openly able to talk about as a woman on the Supreme Court. So yeah, those are things that we do need to pay attention to. And again, while we are always talking about the presidential elections, I promise you, I implore you, your local elections are what matter.
Yep, sure.
You have more power in your local and state than you ever will on your federal, right?
Sure.
Federal is federal, and they've got to think about the people in Montana.
Yeah.
Like no other way to put it. You have to think about people in Montana, and the stuff that affects them doesn't affect us.
Yeah.
So like just the space, the geographical space does not give them the same issues with COVID that it gives us in New York, in Chicago, right? And so federal law has to cover everybody. Mm-hmm. State law is what you have to say, like it has to be on the books in places like Iowa that bestiality is against the law.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you like those are state laws, right? That you have to talk about protecting the animals from having sex with humans. That in Illinois, you're like, wait, what?
You had to put law. See, that's a whole
other
other thing that just gets me. Like, if you have to make that a law and tell people, that's like putting signs up in your bathroom saying, "Please wash your hands."
Well. Hey. Here's the thing,
and there are signs.
In whose bathroom?
This kid's bathroom.
No, in my house.
Yes.
I'm saying I agree.
I'm not saying. Here's the thing, everybody, mama, while some could talk about sex with their mama, my
Right.
mama didn't tell them to wash their whole hands. And yes, there is a framed sign in my bathroom. You've seen it.
And I'm not
Please wash your
disagreeing with that.
hands.
I'm saying to me
Yes.
that should be, you should just do it. Like,
Absolutely.
You should, or
But-
like when you tell your employees to wash your hands, that should be, you should tell them the minute they start working, you have to wash
their
your
mama
hands.
should have told them. But
Yeah, I agree with that too.
So, but
All the
let's-
stuff
I wanna-
our mothers
I wanna-
taught us, though. Don't be blaming folks' mamas, because so many things,
But
as my
let's-
mother would say, I taught you to read a book every day, but you didn't.
I actually did. I was
Right.
actually a decent kid till I got freedom, and then I was.
No,
That's
I
when
meant
the OG
now.
jumped
I meant
in.
now. Like
Then
I
I made
jokingly
the-
say,
yeah.
she, I used to say to my mother, "You're the reason we gained weight. You made us eat all of our food." That's when she'd say, "I also made you read a
Hilarious.
book every day,
And
but
you
you're
do
not.
that.
You got it. You stop doing that."
So I want to go back to, because I think it's important to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that your body is your body, but I also realize that at 12 you cannot make
Agreed.
decisions
Agreed.
like that. And so I think it's important today, especially because everybody hasn't voted, and there are in Chicago. I don't know what the suburban ballot looks like. This is a long list of judges.
Yeah.
That are making and deciding on the prescription and the laws that you
Yes.
just discussed. And so I
Yes.
want to reiterate, if you will, the importance of those local electoral, those votes.
So it's funny you said that. I hope I didn't vote for that crap, is what you're saying, but you did, because that referendum came on decision making for youth at the age of 12. That came years ago, so
Yeah, I
that was
probably
definitely
did,
on the
yeah.
ballot. I mean, I'm saying,
But
you did
people-
vote.
yeah.
You voted on it.
Yeah.
Not for it, but
Yeah.
on it. You
Yes.
did vote on it,
Sure.
right? And so we know that that happened in our time, because it wasn't the case when I was 12. I'm 53 now. So I say this not just for reproductive health and sexual health, because that's my area of expertise, but I say it more so for the criminalization laws. Know the judge you were in front of. Do you know how many times I ask people who say they have a felon conviction? I say, "Who convicted you? What was the judge's name?" "Oh, I don't know." You need to know who that judge was, who sentenced you, who sat before you, right? Because if nothing else, he or she may just be following the law, but you also have to know whether or not that judge gave you a chance and what was happening in that room. I'm glad you brought that up. And one of the other things I continuously push for is making sure that you sit on juries. Every time it's jury duty, people say, "Oh, I don't want to go to jury duty." And I said, you keep allowing, and no offense, I don't want anybody from Winnetka writing in. It's just what I say. You allow white women in Winnetka to vote, to choose to be the juror on a young black male from Inglewood, because that's just who showed up for, and so I already know that isn't the case, because you can't be in that area and this area, right? But I'm just saying, those are the things that I always say, do jury duty. So when you're talking about voting, know who your judges are, know who's making these decisions, who's allowing these things to happen, and referendums are really handled by us. But I say know those judges on a local level. Pick one. I always say just pick any judge. Yes, there's a whole list of them, but pick one that you know who they are, and you can say something about them, say something to them. Like, so many people just don't know who the judges are.
Yeah, the sad part is that with the internet now, with the ability to research, all that stuff is public.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And again, I'll be transparent. I wasn't always the OG I am.
Right.
Claps hands, pat self on back.
Absolutely.
Because young voting, I was just like, okay, real talk. 18, first election. Okay, they sound black. Oh, that's a woman. Oh, I like her name. I was 18. I was just happy to be there.
There's nothing wrong that you're Issa. Issa say, I'm voting. Who you voting for? Everybody black.
Right. But
Right.
you learn when you become a parent,
Yes.
because by the next election, I was a mama.
Yeah.
That
And then
it
you vote
matters.
differently.
You absolutely it
Yes,
matters. And
yes.
shame on you if you're a mom having children that are now voting age and you're not telling them to be a part. It's not just the voting that's the process. It's the pre-process.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it transcends to health, because that prescription, all the Oxycontin and all the stuff that's on the streets.
And baby, they're on top of that. They know which judge pushed that.
Absolutely.
They know who pushed opioids in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
They're
and
real
so,
clear on that.
And so for our health, those drugs, like you said they'd rather keep you on meds than heal you. That all of that is high level legislation.
Yes. And we have to, let me just say this. There's so many layers to this that
Facts.
you just know that there's so many layers to this that you know things come down generationally. They just do. Bottom line, we put grease on a burn. They just put some
Remember butter.
Crisco
Put
butter
on a burn.
That's what I said. Grease butter on a burn, right? Until you know better, you can't do better, right? And so I just think historically, you know, my calendar at the house for it's an equality calendar I received or something. But, you know, as soon as I turned into November, it showed people in line in Alabama waiting to vote, right? Getting ready to vote. And I was just like, wow, this is the 40s, I think. Wow. Yeah, I think this is the 40s, people in line trying to, you know, getting ready to vote or something. And so, yeah, that's just one of the things. Yeah, you can hear it. That's her making all that
I'm about
noise.
to give them a gift that I found last week before I left.
Scared me. I was like,
because I think it's important for this show. It's really interesting, but I can't. It's Christmassy, but it's fitting for our show.
Oh, I love it. What did we get?
These are light up lollipops, but they're shaped like a good time. I thought it was. I thought it was important. I said
they're shaped like a bulb.
Yeah, baby.
Wait, what flavor is that one?
There's some toys
this
look
is
like
so
this.
not a.
There's some toys.
Oh, wait, what
We're
flavor
talking
is
about
that
sex.
one?
Let's keep it real.
Right, I was just scared to say this is so. Now I will bring you guys next time. I'll bring you some shapes. Right? No,
Wait,
I'm just thinking.
I don't know
look
which
at
flavor
this.
I have.
This
I have
could
strawberry.
Do you like green apple?
Well, you know, black people like red.
Look,
we don't know flavors. We just know red.
Facts, red.
Just put it in your mouth.
Come on,
Now this does definitely looks like the Christmas lights from our era.
oh my God.
But this is candy.
That does
and
not
I
look
was
like an
looking at it
eggplant.
like,
Are you gonna put it
I
in
was
your
like,
mouth?
this could be a lot of things, baby.
Yes, yes, it really could.
It
It really could.
It
And it's one of
definitely
those
could
things
be a
you can put the
suppository.
entire thing in your mouth. This is an adult show, guys. I'm sorry. It's 9 o'clock. You know,
I got
10 o'clock
this.
in the morning.
Just saying, I
Family
just
time, right?
thought this was interesting, and I just wanted to leave that.
I am so glad you did. Perfect. No, that's really great.
I said what I said.
I'm gonna leave. I said.
So you're gonna try it?
What? Yeah, you have to try it.
Oh, you have
We're
to,
not going to
look,
try it on the
you
air.
have to unscrew.
Yes.
Unscrew
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Try
Listen, we're going to take a quick break.
Yes.
Listen, couple things. Remember to vote. Remember that you can watch the real-time election results on What's in It for the Black People tomorrow at 7 p.m. They have a lot. They've got Jonathan Swain. They've got a lot of cool correspondence from our family. And you know what? Speaking of Jonathan Swain, you could probably go to Kimbark and get you some swiggy because y'all gonna need a drink watching this election.
Oh yeah, load up on your liquor today from Kimbark Liquors.
Yeah, because I don't know if we want to be outside tomorrow only to vote.
I know.
How many licks does it take
to get to the bottom?
Lisa,
we are not supposed to do this on air.
I hope her
This
mom's
show has just
watching.
turned to
a guy will be
whole
like,
new-
no, these are the guys with you. A 1, a 2, a 3. 3.
And it matches her eyeshadow.
And then when you
the world
accidentally
will never know.
Then when you accidentally bite it, you go get the
crunch.
Crunch.
I would have. I'm
Are you taking us to
Stay
break or
with
not?
us. Yes. We're going to pay some bills. What's in it for the Black People Media? When we leave here, the smooth voice of the Frankie Beverly of the family.
yes.
My Salim Muakil.
Yes.
I said what I said, Herb and Two, and Chicago Famous.
Bam.
I keep trying to figure out why they ain't interviewed me yet, because I'm something like Chicago Famous. We'll be right back.
WIFTVPN.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your Black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Are Are you ready for some authentic, delicious street tacos on the south side of Chicago? Stop by for the launch of Sissy's Taco Bar pop-up at 312 East 75th Street on Thursdays and Fridays, starting November 5th from 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Experience their jerk chicken, sriracha shrimp, and blackened salmon tacos. And don't forget to ask about their Rome walking taco, Sissy street corn, and children's meal that comes with a special price. Visit sissytacobar.com for more information.
Yeah, man.
Ideas.
You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free.
Let's go.
Standing my ground, I can't mess around now. It's like my time is in a bottle, captured by your love, yeah. Now I know women's got this thing going on. We can't stay around so long, but I wanna come correct. Baby, get your foot off my neck. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind thee. Understand clearly, that you wanna be free. It's the time that you spend making me think within. Is the trust still beginning? Fade away from beginning of the day. I can see you trembling times, and I can see you wondering mine. Is it me considered? Is you that's with it? See, you don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind thee, and it's so clear to see, baby, that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind thee. It's so clear to see. W-I-S-T-E-P-N. I'm just trying to be the best I can. You can call me the troubling man. Matter of fact, I'm from the side of the street.
Welcome back. You're tuned into the Book of
Lisa,
Dawn
wipe
on
your
What's
face.
in It.
No, I didn't.
Tito, give me some tissue. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. That music was Maurice Mahan. See how simple it is? Last week, we asked you if you have Chicago original music, send it to us. And guess what happened? It gets played online.
Let's go. What's the name of that song? Somebody wanted to know.
Find me.
Find me. Okay.
Yeah, Maurice Hunt. I tagged him in the thread. Y'all, digital platform, New Face of Soul.
I
is
listen.
his,
I listen to the emails, guys.
You, I see. We grew. Somebody said y'all grooving a little sexy on an early morning. I'm like,
It's Monday. Hi, with Brian Gina. Lamar. See.
Hey, look, Brian, is he on the thread? We talk about sex every Monday with Gina, except the last Monday of the month, and then we talk about business.
That's right.
Which sex is
Which
a
the
big
business of sex. I am in the business of sex.
Facts.
Right.
I do want to throw this in.
You should say that's the name of the tune, Lisa. She just put up there. Find me.
Oh.
You said what?
In the middle of this show.
After doing this,
After doing this, you put find me.
No.
Right,
Somebody said, "What's the name
you
of
should
this
say
tune?"
this is the name of the tune.
No, somebody just asked me, and I replied to
I
him.
get that part.
Right. I
But
replied on his
if I
thread.
missed their question, if I missed that question, all I heard was find me.
Right.
That part.
Right.
But listen, yeah, Gina. So next Monday we're going to talk about cyber
sex.
Yeah, it's cyber.
And there's
yeah.
so much of it going on. But it's something we've been pushing forever. It's called mutual masturbation, right? We're trying to stop the spread of things.
Never
and
heard
stuff.
of that, but okay,
Yeah,
I understand
You
that.
sat in a room together. You sit on the phone together. Yeah, that's been happening. It's just happening far more now. And we don't want to talk too much about it, but we'll talk next week. But I do always say, Be careful what you put on the internet.
Oh yeah. Period. Say it again, Sam.
Right.
Period.
And trust
Be
who your
careful what you
trust who
put.
your video or zooming
It's
in
not
with.
even. It has nothing to do with trust. You may never break our confidence, but this guy knows how to break into both of our phones.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Once
always
it's out there,
somebody
it's out there, right?
Yeah.
There's some 12-year-old who knows how to get in. I'm still trying to remember my passcode, and this 12-year-old has gone in 5 times.
The 12-year-old that can't stay home without a babysitter but can go get some damn pills.
Ugh, that's
Ooh,
still
she is
my
still
niece. No, my niece
little
is
man.
12, and I'm like
She is
really
still-
heated up about that because my niece can't stay at home by herself overnight.
Absolutely.
She's
My
12.
mother used to say there's a time when you're too young to stay home alone and then too old to stay home
True.
alone. And
True.
I was
Back
like,
in
what
the
do you
day,
mean?
we were able to younger ages. I used to babysit when I was 9, but that was a different,
Back in the day.
Let me
Right.
let's,
I know.
let's-
When did we become those parent people? Back in
and
the
I'm
day?
so happy. I'm
Yes,
so happy
girl, that
I'm
we're
my
here.
mama.
That
I'm
we're
so
here.
happy because I think my mom is called the
2 weeks before my wedding, my husband had to bring me home. I was not allowed to spend the night out. I got married at 28, right? Bottom line, my parents were like, ain't no spend the night out here. 2 weeks before the wedding, I say to my ex-husband, oh, come on. The wedding is paid for. I'm spending the night. He said, look here, partner. I'm taking you home, letting Sydney Lee know I brought you home. And if you walk back out, that's on you. He said, we done made it this far.
Yeah, I'm not trying
Don't
to
get
die.
messed up now.
Right.
You going to mess around and not be able to come to the wedding. You know your parents are crazy, right? And it's just so true. I didn't miss out on a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can
I
have
didn't
sex
miss out
in the
on
daytime
you
and
can
then
do
go home at
whatever
night.
you going to
Exactly,
do
right.
and be home by 2 a.m. And,
Big facts.
And Mary and Sydney taught me that.
That's what you can do. You can be home by 10.
Man.
You have sex
All the
cold in the daytime.
All the real cheaters, you got it. All the real cheaters know how to be home by 5 o'clock.
You say that part.
He said a good day.
On a good day, you get home in 10 minutes.
It don't take, only the freaks come out at night. The rap
You got
song
it.
taught us
You
that a
got
long
it.
time ago.
You got it. What was the other thing? Ain't nothing
Because once
open.
again, how many licks does it
At
take?
the-
No, just kidding.
Lisa gonna score today. I don't care
Period.
what y'all calling me to
Period.
Lisa,
With a T.
Lisa's inbox, her DM is
Not
going
blowing
down.
up.
Blowing up.
Cyber sex.
Blowing up. Right. All right. So no, as we finish up this and we're talking just with HPV because this is gonna come up. HPV is one of those things that comes up over and over again. But cryotherapy is one of the things, only things that we can use, and that's just to burn off the warts.
Oh,
So
but
when you
that's
have the
not,
warts.
you're not talking about the ice therapy.
Yeah. That's okay.
Wait,
That's
were
all we
you
use.
standing
But
up
but you have to go to the doctor to do that. You can't go to
absolutely.
these spas that
No,
open.
no,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no.
that's what I was thinking. I'm
No,
like,
no.
the
No.
3-minute cryotherapy where you
No,
freeze your body.
First, you're freezing the body for it. But yeah, cryotherapy is what we're using, is what we use to freeze off the warts internally and externally.
Because the danger in warts is that nobody can see them.
Correct.
They're on the inside.
Correct.
Oh,
I mean, you do have some outside
Oh, okay.
because you do have some that present externally, but for the most part, they're internally.
Yeah.
No one can see them, and that's how men are able to pass it so much more
Yeah.
because we have this nice warm thing that's festering all of the infection. Right? They have an external piece of skin that
I
kind
never
of
really
protects
quite thought as my vagina as a festering field.
Right.
Yeah,
A
it is.
festering
Yeah,
field.
think about where all things cook.
Did you hear me?
In a
Vagina.
nice warm,
She
you
said
got
her
it.
festering
In a
field
nice
vagina.
warm pot, right?
You
In
wait,
water, and you
stop
put in the
now. Stop
oven,
now.
cook
You're
the-
ruining Thanksgiving for me. Stop.
No,
Stop.
but I'm saying that is one of the things that we always have to look at, right? And it is one of the leading causes of oral and anal cancer. And, the oral and anal dysplasia, HPV is one of them. I think we talked about this before when we were talking about all things oral, that Michael Douglas did acknowledge his oral cancer, his throat cancer coming probably from oral sex, right? Lots of oral sex with women he may or may not have known.
No freaky self.
Who may or may not have had HPV, right?
He need a mouth condom.
They do. It's called the dental dam, but nobody uses it, right?
Oh yeah, you told me.
We have all kinds
He
of
didn't
stuff
use
that-
his basic instinct. Right.
That part.
Right.
Thank you very
But
much.
what I do know is that, every time you don't use those things, it keeps you in business. That's all.
Well, let me say what he was, because I'm gonna give you a word of the day every day. Some stuff I can pronounce, some stuff I'm learning how to pronounce. Today's word of the day is truculent. Okay, truculent, spelled Truculent. Pronounce truck. Lunt. Okay, it means it's derived from Latin,
Like
and
succulent?
it means to similar, close
Right.
cousin. It means to be a savage, aggressively self-assertive. So,
So
I'm going
Megan
to be.
the Stallion is a truculent.
She's truculent.
She's
Yeah.
truculent.
Yeah,
She's
would
not
be
a
the-
truculent, but
yeah,
she is truculent.
She is truculent.
Got
She's a
used to her.
savage. Yeah. I'm a savage
Yes.
too because I'm just gonna say this because I wasn't
Classy,
here
bougie,
live
ratchet.
on Friday.
Classy,
I'm going to
bougie,
say
ratchet.
aggressively, self-assertively that the Book of Dawn, hands down, won Spirit Week. I wasn't here to say that last week. I'm sharing that with you now.
Totally.
Hands down as the
Totally.
camera.
Killed it.
I mean, and like
Killed
bottom
it.
line, like
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, Maze, what's up?" Oh wait, that was Dawn. She was so good with it.
Just saying. Just saying. And finish strong. I'm just saying. No, cuz gingivitis of the coochie. Get Tony Hollins.
Gingivitis.
You
of
are
the
your
coochie.
daddy's child.
I
Oh my
love it.
God, that's hilarious.
But I think
What did Candace say? Roll that back.
I think
was
it's
trying to
important
get Max said to us.
that we learn, that we extend our vocabulary. So I decided that we're going to, one
Truculent.
of my two things will be a word of the day.
Okay, so truculent
So
is today.
let's see if we can, all of us listening, if we can,
Use
if
the
we
word
can be
truculent
truculent
today.
in our voting habits. Okay.
Bam.
Yeah, let's do
Bam.
that.
I don't care who's there, how long it takes. I'm packing the lunch. I'm bringing a chair, and I'm voting.
Yeah.
Period.
And be truculent in your support of this platform. See, Mays was truculent when he created this platform.
Oh my God, totally.
See?
Totally.
Y'all, we can use the word.
Totally.
Y'all can stop using basic words.
Yeah,
So
he
can
really
we
was.
scroll
He
our
really
word
was.
game
And
up?
We could do
I'm loving it.
another movie, Beauty and the Truculent.
No,
Because it's like
a
he
beast,
wasn't
not a
right.
beast. It's a
Well,
savage.
he was sort of aggressive, but not
Yeah.
really. Oh gosh, I love that movie.
Me too.
Completely
One of the
digress.
movies I had
Let's also
watched.
talk about the aggressive dopeness of all those celebrities on Halloween. Did you see them?
I didn't. And someone that said
Oh my
they did
gosh.
really, really. I mean, some of the costumes were really great, and I have to go back and look.
Amazeballs.
I know. I have to go back and look.
Sierra was Megan Thee Stallion.
Cardi, right?
No, she was Cardi.
Yeah.
No, but then
Invasion of Privacy.
No, she
album
was
cover.
both.
she was both.
She was both.
What?
She was both.
Oh wait, with the red one? With
She
the red
flipped it
outfit?
up. Yes. And then she did. Didn't she do
Medusa.
one with her family?
With a snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then her, like
She
it
did a
was.
lot.
It was off the chain.
I did see Portia.
I didn't from
no,
Real
yeah,
Housewives. I didn't
she
see
was
her.
Cardi. in
She
the
was
WAP.
Cardi in WAP
When the
with
chairs
the
when she had
ponytail,
to
with the
split.
open, with the split, with the open chairs. Oh my God!
Portia from Real Housewives.
Yes, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going for that baby. She
Kylie
had
Jenner
the-
and her friends were the Power Rangers. It was dope.
Yeah,
they had
they
a
were
whole
cute.
TikTok. It was off the chain.
Okay.
Beyonce.
have to
What
ask.
was Beyonce's mother? Beyonce's mother dressed up and got in the game. Nicki Minaj did Destiny's Child. No. What's her name?
Wait,
Sawadi did Destiny's
She
Child,
did,
and they
she was all
killed
of the,
it.
She was Beyonce, Kelly, and the other girl.
Oh, I have to see it. I have
Michelle,
to.
I'm
So,
kidding.
so I have to
Lil
ask, do you
Nas
have
X was Nicki Minaj.
was that?
Pardon?
Little Nas, full booty, tatted,
Yeah.
poop, baby.
And yeah,
The winner is Little Nas X. He's
What
snapped.
is that? The one who sees
You see
that has the
Old Town Road.
Can you see the picture right here? Oh wait.
Oh, Lil Nas. No, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
Lil
of-
Nas
I'm
you
X.
guys
thinking
see
of-
that? Camera 3. Okay.
Yeah, it was dope. Even Vanessa Bryant celebrated. I'm so happy
yeah.
for her.
Oh, very
because
good. Very good.
I just don't know if I would still be under a rock.
of course.
She
of
was a
course.
nun.
Did you
though.
see Lizzo did the fly that landed on Mike Pence's head?
Oh my God!
I missed that.
That's
Here's
brilliant.
Lizzo right here. Right. That's
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
love
pretty
love
good.
how they celebrated. You
Yeah.
know? It was
Do you have
actually,
TikTok?
I have it. I don't know how to use it
Oh.
just yet. It's
The morning show had the better costumes.
Absolutely.
let me
Love
look
celebrities.
because I'm not
I
a
saw
hater.
Pinky Tuscadero.
No,
I love
no,
you,
no,
girls.
that was Grease.
Grease.
But and we were good.
Right.
Listen,
Not Pinky Tuscadero.
let me
That's
say
right.
this.
Frenchie,
It's
right.
Frenchie. Yes.
I ain't gonna lie.
Tell me more.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
I'm not gonna lie. Friday,
Did you put up
the
a fight?
morning show was off the chain.
Yeah.
But that
Yes.
I turned it on and was like,
Yeah.
dag, I'm so glad that we prepared because otherwise we'd have been up in smoke.
The jacket. I'm gonna wear the jacket tomorrow.
But what they didn't know was that
Who was
that's
coming?
why they
Dawn
shut
had
us
a
down.
secret
That's why they
weapon.
shut us down, baby.
Shut them
Yeah.
down. Shut them down. They had to.
I
They had to.
said, I be doggone
Give us a little
by
bit.
the
What did you say?
bone.
Because what do little the vocals
We had
with
two
Maze?
costumes.
She turned around because I said.
Hey, listen, that costume process was hilarious. First of all, I made my own T-shirt, which my penmanship is off the chain. Thank you, Mrs. Nagel, Emmanuel Lutheran School. But I had to make my own shirt because y'all saw the fit I had when I didn't get like a Whiffdabum shirt. I had to act a fool and throw a tantrum like I do around here. I'm just like a for real little big sister because I have to throw a tantrum to get stuff around here because they don't want me to be great yet.
I know. They're trying. They're trying to stop you. I see it at every turn. I see it every turn. But I do see that they're coming around because I'm loving the book of
coming
Dawn.
around. He tired of hearing my mouth.
Yeah.
It's like having your sister and wife all mixed in one. Crazy at the same time.
So I have to tell you about my outfit. And I feel so badly because, okay, anyone who knows me knows, okay, I'm Wonder Woman. I really am Wonder Woman. So when my sister made her grandbaby, I haven't done the post yet. I need to sit down and do the post. Her grandbaby was Wonder Woman. It was a big thing that the whole family getting ready, waiting for it, right? So I said, oh, she's going to be Wonder Woman. I'm going to be her. So I put the outfit she had on from her 5th birthday and put a wig on and tried to put my hair up in the ponytail with the unicorn. And when I walked in, the adults cracked up laughing like, oh my God, what do you have on, right? But my baby, and it was a straight, jab at her. And she was like, oh, Titi, you're so pretty. You're a unicorn. And I was like, oh, I feel like such a heel. I'm totally digging her. And she's like so excited.
How could you, Gina?
You're so pretty. You're a unicorn. And I was just like, oh, because I knew she wouldn't get it. Her mom and I were like, she's not going to get it. I had her mom like, I need her headband that she wore. So I'm going to post it and I'll show it to you guys. It's like, did I kill it? And I drew on the unicorn stuff like you did. So I wasn't quite as good as you.
I can't draw. I can. Right. Now,
I tried to draw on like her little unicorn shirt and put on a fluffy tutu skirt. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, but it was hilarious.
It didn't come off.
It didn't
in
quite,
person. Like,
right. You got it. You got it. But she was just so sweet. She's like, "Oh, you're beautiful. You're unicorn." And I was like, absolutely.
Out of the
too.
mouth of baby.
I know. I'm in the middle of jabbing you, and you're like, "Oh, hi." I know.
Kumbaya, auntie.
Yes. So.
Yeah, I was May's is gonna have a guest appearance soon here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, because I kept a wig, right?
Oh my goodness. So now we'll know what
this is the funny story. So I'm looking for a short afro wig. And I'm 7 beauty supplies in. And remember when I told you I was at the beauty supply and I saw that they had when I saw the eyelashes that scared me.
Right.
This is the day I'm looking for the wig. And I walk and so I didn't know that they didn't make, I didn't see any men wigs in any of the stores. So now let me find a lady's afro that's a little curly, not May's hair ain't nappy. So I got to find texture. It's got to be right. There are no short, nobody's wearing a short wig.
No one's wearing a short afro.
So I
we
finally
can grow that on our own.
In the corner of the back of the side of the corner, find this one curly wig, afro. So I'm like, you know what? I've never cut anybody's hair in my life, but I figure I can cut it. Okay. So we're in
she's truculent.
Because
she's truculent.
We're in Alabama. Roll Tide.
Roll
Tide. See that game though. We're in Alabama, and the morning I wake up and I see them on, and they killing it, magnificent. And I'm like, dang, they killed it. So I'm texting like a banshee. 6 o'clock. Turn on and send me the pictures. Because we can push them all together because graphics can do anything. I was like, you know what? Now I'm going to be bad Sandy and good Sandy. I'm doing it all. So, and baby, that blonde wig made me feel some type of way.
Yeah. That might be a fun.
I was so mad. I had pink on. You were looking cute.
You know what I saw? You know what's really funny? I love that. Like after a while, the pink jacket came off, and it was just a full photo shoot in all black.
Right. That's the bad Sandy. That's the bad Sandy.
I was like, oh, she was feeling that.
Corset was hilarious.
That could be
trying to put that corset on. You should have seen me and my kids and Candace. I was like, okay, clearly I've never worn one of these.
Right. You were smiling. I was like, okay, she could breathe a little bit.
Right.
She gonna make it.
We had learned it had like bra levels. So you had like 3 levels. It wasn't just one side.
Yes.
But that was after I tried to put it on and almost broke it and didn't know you could take it apart on the side. Like, okay, I still wear slips, but I definitely never wore a corset. Anyway, I put the wig on. It was like, girl, I felt like, shoot, I see why blondes do it better. Blondes do it better. Woo! I almost threw the wig off taking one of those pictures. I slung my head and it kept going. But so we get to me being Maze. So I made a fake like wig head because I felt like I was at the beauty salon. And I got the scissors and I just started to cut. And Candace was like, wait, stop, hold on. He about to be bald right there. I'm like, oh, okay. I got to even it out. It was hilarious. So we took pictures, and then
How'd you get the white out of it?
I bought some from the beauty supply. I bought some white spray. And so then we're looking at pictures of Maze, like, what side is the gray on? And this is me. I'm like,
yes, so on point.
It was hilarious. Then the mustache and everything. Then I couldn't. The mustache kid had a mustache, a goatee, and pork chops, right? So I said, I'm gonna use the pork chops for the beard, and I could eyeliner some stuff in there. So it was the pork chops was the beard. However it worked. Anyway, it was comedy. I wish they had videotaped the whole process.
Making it. Yes,
it was
the whole
hilarious.
How was the process going from Sandy to Maze?
It was
because I was so militant. I was like, yes,
no, well, let me just say this.
Reporting.
No, let me say this. While you did great, give it up for Sonia. Because she had to switch.
Yeah, she switched. Guess what? She did that all week, though. She's
switching per show and has to stay true to it because you can't tell the next people what the other people do.
Oh, yeah. Because when I'm sneaking the costume in, she's like, I'm like, put it work.
Right, you got it. So you better not tell nobody.
I said what I said came in here dope, though. Fluky and Mike Brown, that was hilarious.
He was Mike Brown.
That was hilarious. I just wanted him to say, and I'm not going to say it because it's early Monday morning. Catch me Thursday, and I'm going to say it live. You know what Mike Brown says. That cracks me up.
That's a book.
That's a good book, as a matter of fact. Here's the thing. I forgot. That's my other thing because I got so caught in the truculence. Here's my quote of the day.
Ooh, quote.
Hear me clear. Some people are holding grudges against you for the things they did to you.
Hold on.
No. That's a repeat.
From what? Some years
Say it
ago?
again. No,
Oh,
you.
I was like,
we look for it.
You
gotta say it.
Some people.
You gotta listen to this.
So when Sonya has me doing commercials, I have to do them 100 times. She's like, give me more.
Let me take another.
I'm gonna do it in my Esco voice. Some people are holding grudges against you, and you.
That's right.
And you for things they did to you. Ain't that the truth?
Before we start naming names.
Yeah.
Let me get my notes out.
Right. Let me get my sucker out.
Some people big mad.
Yes.
For some. Quit playing with me. You did.
You got it.
Stop playing with me.
Got it. That is so true. You mad at me because you stepped on my toe.
Right.
You broke my toe.
I'm not going to forgive you this time.
And you got it.
Right. And then have you ever ran into some of those people and they try and flip it on you while they're being jerks to you and they're trying to flip it like you did something wrong and you know you want to calm out. Remember when you walked out of your own party?
Internal trauma.
Blew off paying me. Right.
Hey, peep this.
But Dawn, that was a good one.
That was my Lil Jon voice. Don't start no, won't be no.
But no, Dawn, that was a real good one. And that was one. That's why I said that's a repeat. You have to repeat that.
I'm a post
because people don't get it.
Yeah.
And they really and truly, they don't even get. You're mad at me, but you're the one. You did that to me.
I love having that. Right. So I love having that power over somebody.
Silences.
That's what I'm saying. Silence. Yeah.
Listen, set your timers. We're gonna be with you all day tomorrow. Just family from 6 a.m. to the end of the election coverage. Thank you for tuning in for another page in the Book of Dawn. Yeah. I dare you to use your voice and your actions to be an impact in somebody else's life. Take somebody to vote. Drop off some PPE somewhere. Yes. Tune in tomorrow for the next page in the Book of Dawn. We have Steve Stone Huff, Chicago's own producer and artist extraordinaire, joining us live in studio. A lot of other good stuff coming this week. Lisa Foster and Deborah Farmer and Sandy Robinson.
Nice.
And
Two
some
of my
surprises
girls.
Oh, yeah,
on
some
Friday.
surprise, yeah.
Saturday, I told y'all about the game, right? Okay. So now I can say it real proud and frantic because I
You ready?
had to fight myself
You
not
ready?
to wear my Bama t-shirt. Peace and what?
Roll